Today is the big day. In a matter of hours, 11 candidates will take the stage to compete in round 2 of primetime Republican debates. And yet again, businessman Donald Trump will be front and center.
But unlike last time, the frontrunner now has a big bullseye on his back. Major Garrett is at the site of the debate in Simi Valley, California.
I'm here for a certain reason. You know, it's called tomorrow night.
Donald Trump stood on the deck of the battleship USS Iowa and declared his competition unfit for office.
They're very nice people, but they're never going to do anything with these countries. They're never going to be able to do it. It's an instinct. It's something that's special. They don't have it. Believe me, they don't have it.
Trump also received an endorsement from the conservative group Veterans for a Strong America.
I didn't expect it. I didn't ask for it.
While on shore, protesters heckled Trump, denouncing his positions on immigration. While Trump remains in the lead.
This is the hottest thing out there. This hat, you can't get him.
Excellent. Excellent.
Neurosurgeon and fellow political novice Ben Carson has risen to a strong second place. And now a key conservative group is taking aim at Trump on TV for the first time. The Club for Growth released a new ad Tuesday that compares Trump to leading national Democrats.
Trump wants us to think he's Mr. Tell It Like It Is, but he has a record, and it's very liberal. He's really just playing us for chumps.
Vice President Joe Biden, edging toward a presidential run of his own, attacked Trump Tuesday night at an event honoring Hispanic Heritage Month.
All Latinos, we appreciate you.
Blasting the Republican candidate's hardline immigration plans.
One guy absolutely denigrating an entire group of people, appealing to the baser side of human nature, working on this notion of xenophobia in a way that hasn't occurred in a long time. The Trump and that stuff you're hearing on the other team, and not just the other, this isn't about Democrat, Republican. It's about a sick message.
Chief White House correspondent Major Garrett joins us now from the Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley, California. Major, looking ahead to tonight's debate, is there anything that Donald Trump can do to lose his lead at this point?
Well, I suppose in theory, Donald Trump could say something that was just factually ridiculous and made him look far less informed than most Republican voters drawn to his candidacy believe him to be. I suppose that's theoretically possible. I would put the probability at that very low. Donald Trump is a lot of things, but one thing he is not stupid. He has taken a tactically intelligent approach to this race, identifying issues, talking about them in a certain way, and repeating that message with a sort of an uncanny discipline that most politicians, long experienced in this game, would appreciate and begrudgingly admire. So I don't expect Trump to have any unforced errors tonight. What other Republicans on the stage are going to try to do is either draw him out, attack him on substance, and make him look temperamentally unfit for the office. And the one thing about Donald Trump is he has a very large temperament, and he is very impressed with his ego and his sense of greatness. And for the time being, that's worked to his advantage. But as Republican voters get more and more serious about this process, nominee then possible president, that temperament question looms ever larger. So I think on the temperament side, Republicans will try to make Donald Trump look less than fit for the Oval Office.
Major, let me ask you this. Standing next to Trump will be Ben Carson. He's rising in the polls, but he has said over and over again he won't attack Trump. Does he need to?
No, absolutely not. I mean, if I had a long conversation with Ben Carson last week in, of all places, Ferguson, Missouri. It was a fascinating day. It's the first time I'd really had a chance to sit down and get a measure of Ben Carson. He is quiet. Some people would describe him as laconic, maybe. Trump has called him low energy, but he has a quiet, studied confidence about himself, and he knows that the best thing he can be right now is the quieter anti-Trump, meaning be a not establishment Republican, come to this with a fresh set of eyes, come to it with a nice story behind him, a good biography of success as a neurosurgeon and in other walks of life, but not be as loud and boisterous as Donald Trump. Look, Ben Carson took 2 weeks off, and he gained more than 10 points in the polls. That tells you two things. One, people like his story and are drawn to it, even when he's not telling them his story. And two, that quiet confidence or that quiet alternative to Trump as a non-establishment outsider works very well for Ben Carson. So he doesn't need to draw Trump out. He doesn't need to attack. He just needs to be Ben Carson.
Major, I want to ask you about Carly Fiorina. This is her first primetime debate. According to the recent CBS News poll, she is trailing with women. How does she make gains with that demographic?
I think Carly Fiorina's strategy is very simple: to be direct, substantive, and without drawing a contrast, be the visible contrast to everyone else on stage. I'm the only woman here. I was not on the main debate stage the last time, but I earned my way onto the stage. Either if she says it directly or implies it indirectly, Carly Fiorina will say, you know what, this is what women in America have to do all the time. They've got to earn their way to the big table. Well, I have. Here I am. Take a listen. Here's my point of view on issue X, Y, and Z. Here's my biography, and I can stand toe-to-toe with anyone on this stage, including Donald Trump.
All right, a lot to look forward to. Major Garrett at the site of tonight's Republican debate. Thanks so much.
You got it.
And stick with CBSN. Tonight we will have full coverage of the second Republican debate. Join us at 6 Eastern and again tomorrow morning starting at 7 Eastern.